Eyes arrives. Hard Eyes arrives today. Welcome to Mirror Domains. And this is your place for upcoming movie news for now. uh, guys, it's Friday, February 7th, and indeed, we will be doing our full movie review for Hard Eyes, as well as taking a look at some new movie trailers for something called Fight or Flight with, Josh Hartnett, it looks like. And Novocaine is also going to have Jack Quaid. I don't know if we'll look at the Smurfs trailer, but, these are the big trailers that are coming out because of the Super Bowl happening this weekend. We've already reacted to the Jurassic World one and the Fantastic Four, so that's up on the channels now, guys, on the Mirror Domains Network, which I'm going to have to figure out a way to figure this out. We'll take care of some housekeeping right now. Right now, the movie reviews and the trailer reactions are up on separate channels because we're trying to play the YouTube algorithms game. I figure we're going to play that game for about 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. If it starts to get traction and people start following the movie reviews and find the channel, like that's what we're trying to put out the net here to grab people in. So we're trying to help the YouTube algorithm get out to people to make sure that, oh yeah, this guy talks movies. He knows exactly what he's talking about because he's well versed, it seems, right? Well, it's because I just happen to love movies. It's my number one passion, aside from Taylor Swift. Okay, so I thought maybe we would start with the review, but we haven't really been doing that. I thought that we would get into some trailer reactions first, and then, once that gets cut out, we'll put it up on the channel later. It's just easier for me to edit. Is it really easier for me to edit, James? I don't know. I don't know what the hey. What the hey? Let's start with Hard Eyes. Yeah, why not? Okay, put up the movie review graphic. Switch over to the audio, James. And let's take a look at Hard Eyes. Heart Eyes. Movie review right now. Let's do it.
This is more than just murder.
Ooh.
He's like cute.
Look at that mask.
Pink.
Jordana Brewster, Devon Sawa star in the movie Hard Eyes that opens up this weekend, guys. And this is my formal movie review right here on Mirror Domains. And Hard Eyes is rated R. It's a quick hour and 37-minute movie. The synopsis reads, for the past several years, the Hard Eyes killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples this Valentine's Day. No one is safe. Now, based on that premise and from what you saw in that trailer, the mask looks good. Shades of The Collector, if you know what I'm talking about. And the premise is that this guy doesn't like couples getting together, and he stalks them and brutally murders them. The Hard Eyes Killer. They try to build this mythos around this. What do you need to know about this going straight in? It's cheeky. It knows exactly what kind of movie it is. And at first, you may find that the acting, because of that, is a little bit hammy. It walks that line of being, well, this is over-the-top acting, guys. This is, I don't know. I don't know if I like this. But once you realize that, okay, the director's wanting that kind of approach to the acting style because we're dealing with kind of an outlandish scenario here. This killer is stalking lovers for some reason that I guess it does sort of get explained, but it's also kind of like, well, ridiculous things happen with the over-the-top kills. That's like, okay, well, is it a bit like Jason? Is it a little bit like Nightmare on Elm Street? The Collector, Jigsaw, maybe a slasher bit in there. It really harkens to be a bit like Scream. Honestly, guys, Scream during Hard Eyes, Scream during Valentine's Day here And it's not on the caliber of Scream, but it's in that same wheelhouse. And I think if you can just relax and realize, oh, this is just a throwaway fun slasher, they make a couple of winks and nods to you, like, oh, this is an inside joke kind of thing. They have fun with it. And if you can realize that that's what their director was going for, then I think you also will have fun with this. It's a quick, an hour and 37 minutes, so it's like an hour and 30 minutes. It goes by really quick. The actors in this, Olivia Holt, Jordana Brewster, Devon Sawa, and Mason Gooding round out this cast. And I got to tell you, they do a great job. They really do. Devon Sawa, Final Destination. We haven't seen him in a while. I last saw him in a movie called Hunter Hunter. I think it's out on Netflix or Tubi or something like that. He's kind of like a wilderness guy that wants to raise his family out in the woods, living off the land kind of thing. And he's teaching his son, the harsh ropes of living in the woods. And then a drifter comes along and, things go awry. But Devon Sawa was good in that. And he proves that he's still got chops because he plays the cop in this after the Hard Eyes Killer with Jordana Brewster. And he does a good job in that. Olivia Holt there is the main lead actress. I think you guys might recognize her from movies like Totally Killer, where she plays the younger version of the mother in that movie. I think that's the only one that I can think of. That Kiernan Shipka one where it's kind of like she goes back in time and tries to solve a murder with her younger mother. So that's the only other one that I could think of that she was in. But of course, then the other one that stars in this as the love interest, the token stud, Mason Gooding. And if you don't know who he is from, he was in the Scream movies. So he was in Scream 5 and Scream 6 as General Ortega's kind of love interest in that. And I got to say, in the first movie, Mason Gooding didn't really win me over because he didn't really have a whole lot to do. But in Scream 6, he did. He stepped up his game, and it actually worked for me because him and General Ortega had some good chemistry. And he's got good chemistry with Olivia Holt here in Hard Eyes. And if it wasn't for those two actresses, putting it out there on the screen, their chemistry works, and you want to go along for that ride. Fortunately, at times, there's some lulls in the script where they want to go a little too romantic, like they step out of that comfort zone, that wheelhouse of it being kind of like, well, this is just a fun throwaway slasher that you just put your popcorn in. Oh, wait a minute. Are you really trying to make some real statements about love here? And it's like, do we really need that in there? It's only an hour and 37 minutes. You're going to forget it the next day kind of thing. Or, it may get some cult status. It's a harmless film. It's nothing in there that makes you go, that's kind of gross. So I liked it. And I think it's going to be a fun time for people looking for just a quick thrill during this Valentine's season. So let's go over to my score sheet. Acting, directing, and story out of a possible 2 points each. Cinematography and score out of a possible 1 point. And I got to tell you that the acting, serviceable. Is there anything in there that's really memorable, though? Anything that made me go, oh yeah. Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt, I think their combined efforts pump it up to 1.5. Directing, competent. There's a lot of winks and nods in there. As I said, the story is fairly straightforward. You're going to be able to figure out who the killer is pretty much really fast. They try to throw in some curveballs in there, but it's kind of, well, I see this somehow. Oh. Some of the twists may work for some people, though. It may. But, I'm a horror aficionado, so I'm like, okay, I saw that one coming too, okay? Cinematography and score, it's dark at times. There's some dark scenes, sequences, and stuff like that. It's framed competently. There's nothing in there, like image-wise, that makes me go, you got to look at it for the cinematography. Score, the soundtrack, people may like and dig. If I were to give it another point for that, maybe up in there. That's where I'm thinking right now. So we're sitting at 4.5. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about this. Hard Eyes. 85% by critics. Any audience scores yet? Let's see if I can refresh this and get some audience members in there. Nope, not yet. 85% by critics. So, as I said, it's fairly harmless, guys, and straightforward. It knows what it is. It's not trying to create like this new, it's not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Bibbiani, William Bibbiani. Hard Eyes seems destined to become a Valentine's Day favorite, the rare horror movie with a great and charming love story, and that even rarer romantic comedy with a great savage serial killer. And it is savage, and that's established in the opening scene. It has a good opening sequence for sure. William Cook did not keep my attention. So maybe a few of those sequences that I'm talking about where they want to talk about love takes you away from, oh yeah, right, we're in a slasher movie and should be running for our lives kind of thing, right? Delaney, it's a funny and suspenseful slasher movie. Definitely don't take it too seriously, but it was fun and enjoyable. I would watch it again for sure. A different spin on a slasher movie, and I think, for the most part, they liked it. So, audience members seem to be echoing what my analysis has been. 85% by critics. I think that'll come down a little bit because there are some things in there that are kind of like, but as I said, it's Jordana Brewster's, I think, best work ever. And I know that she's in the Fast and Furious movies, and here's an example of what I mean by tips and nods to other things. Like look at the names of Jordana Brewster and Devon Sawa's characters here, and they know what they're doing, right? Hobbs and Shaw, right, from the Fast and Furious. So it's like little winks and nods like that you're going to find peppered throughout the script and what people are doing and saying. They're kind of like, oh, well, that's kind of funny. Okay. So you're going to get little laughs like that. And it's a pretty harmless ride at the movies. I do want to talk about Mason Gooding here, but I will as soon as I wrap up my score sheet here, because I think it's time to wrap this up and finalize what I'm thinking. For watchability factor, if you like horror movies, you're going to want to check this out. It plays well in the theater. Because it's dark and you're in a dark theater, you can see a lot more stuff. There is some more funny stuff in there. So I would recommend it a little bit more, 6 out of 10. Could I possibly give anything more in here, though? As I said, some of the score in there could. The story, does it set itself up for franchise? It's possible. Directing, I'm going to give directing one more point here. And then I'm going to give, because I said a lot of people I think will like the score. I'll give the score an extra point there, a full point. And I think that's where we're sitting, 7 out of 10 for Hard Eyes. Yeah, because I'm going to give that extra point to the director because, as I said, there's a point in the directing where the acting is kind of like, guys, this is perilously getting close to cringe. But then you realize there's a purpose for this, right? Because we're dealing with an audacious scenario that's just like, well, okay, all right. But you go along with it because it's executed well enough. They know not to push that button too far. But it is pushing that button, and that will be off-putting for some. But I feel like that's where I want to stand. 7 out of 10 for Hard Eyes. It's a harmless, fun little film to watch this weekend and get into that festive spirit for Valentine's Day. All right. Now, I said I wanted to talk quickly about Mason Gooding here because it's taken some time for me to warm up to him as an actor because in Scream 5, he didn't really have that much to do. And I was like, okay, he's there for the looks, kind of thing. It took time. Like it took time for me to, and the acting, especially from her, was it Jasmine Savoy Brown or whatever, not very good. They're over the top in that movie, and that wasn't executed all that well. But he won me over in the 6th, and all throughout Hard Eyes here, I'm looking at Mason Gooding, and he's got the stuff. He's got it. And it just got me thinking, looking at him throughout the scenes, and it made me think about, the camera likes him. It made me think about that J.J. Abrams movie that was trying to get off the ground, Black Superman, right? where they were going to tell, not the Val Zod story, but they were just going to tell the story. I don't know why J.J. Abrams threw out the Val Zod story. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole again, but it got me thinking about that project that they were trying to make, and they still say it's going to come to fruition at some point. I don't think it is. But you know what? You watch Hard Eyes and you think, could you see him as a possible Superman? And you're like, no. You're going to be exactly like me. No. He could play both Clark Kent and Superman, right? Right? No, but maybe he could. So that's what I was thinking in the back of my mind. Because I, as I said, I'm a movie fan. I'm a movie buff. And I'm always looking at possible possibilities out there. And I would throw Mason Gooding for a possible Superman. You'll know what I mean when you watch this movie here, Totally Killer, and you see some of the sequences where he's, fighting the bad guy, trying to be suave. He's obviously got the physique that he could pull it off. And that's just my extra little bit of analysis that I'd like to add to this review. All right, Hard Eyes, what do you guys think? Did you see it? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to see more, come join us here on the channel because we do things like full trailer reactions for upcoming movies like Fight or Flight with Josh Hartnett, right? We take a look at the new Smurfs movie. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't, James. But hey, it is what it is. Come join us here. You're watching Mirror Domains. Okay, so I'll cut that out and put it up on the channel later on. 7 out of 10 feels good. Yeah. I'm also going to publish a quick little short about what you should expect. I'll try to summarize everything I said into a quick little short for people. I know I haven't been doing a lot of the straight out of the theater reactions. It's been cold and windy, man. It's been like I came out of the theater and the normal side that I come out on, it was just full wind. Even with my lav mic on, it would still come in and it would be just like, I'd have to go down the dark alley and those just, you can't tell if I'm standing outside or not. And it's like, yeah. All right, Hard Eyes. Let's move on to some trailer reactions. Fight or Flight stars Josh Hartnett and Katie Sackhoff? Cool. I'm a Katie Sackhoff fan. And I'm a Hartnett fan.
If I die in your bar, you can sell my organs to pay my tab.
I don't think they're worth what they used to be.
Now, people are thinking they want to see him as the James Gunn Batman.
I can't. I just can't run anymore. I'm done.
Just name your price then. I can give you your life back. I can
There
clear
she
your
is.
name. Just need to
So,
get to the airport.
is he a
If you want
fugitive?
what I'm offering, you need to be on it.
We're tracking a high-value target. I need you to take them into custody alive.
There isn't a country in the Western Hemisphere that doesn't have a bounty on the ghost's head.
Or is he a hitman?
bounty?
Are you telling me that plane is full of killers?
Why isn't Katie Sackhoff in more stuff? She's so good.
And you don't know which passage they're looking for?
They have your photo.
Who does?
Everybody does.
So a little bit like Bullet Train, but on a plane? Okay.
Did we just put a paranoid psychopath in the mix?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a remix of Reptile? At least it sounded like a little bit of the beat, right? Let's go back here. Take a look. Yeah. Josh Hartnett. Interesting. Let's go down and take a look at the comments. Bullet Plane. I'm here for it. So they made the same call. I'm genuinely glad to see Josh in so much nowadays. I've loved him since 30 Days of Night, which is top tier. I'm a simple man. I see Josh Hartnett in a thumbnail, I click. I love Josh Hartnett ever since The Faculty. And I heard that they're trying to get a reboot of The Faculty off the ground or something, right? Yes. I saw the thumbnail and thought, the sequel to Trap. I liked Hartnett in the Trap movie. I didn't like that much more about it, though. Shyamalan. Yes, last year, right? They filmed it at the Rogers Center there in Toronto. So this is Bullet Train, not Bullet Plane, not Bullet Train. Looks fun either way. Yes, Josh is back, handsome and awesome as ever. So the Hartnett fans. So I guess I need to lean into the Hartnett for the thumbnail. And maybe I'll do that right now. I'll just take a quick... Or no, maybe I need to go... Ooh, I don't... Okay. Yes. So that's what we're going to get for this. And let's see if I can... Now, come on, James. What's going on here? Why am I recording my screen? I don't get that. Did I not do that properly? See if I can paste. Sorry if this is... I'll cut this part out when I post it up. Anyway, Fight or Flight. Let's go over to the IMDb and take a look. James Madigan. A mercenary takes on the job of tracking down a target on the plane. Yeah, we saw that. They try not to kill each other. And Katie Sackhoff, Julian Kostoff, Marco Zaror. Not a whole lot of other people in here that I recognize, but, you know, the premise alone, Hartnett, Sackhoff sells it to me. Seems fun. Ooh, but why is it saying 2024 there? Feels like it was filmed and then got shuffled around, and maybe they didn't have the distributor until Sky came and picked it up. Curious. Fight or Flight. Sky Original. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. All right, let's see if I can get that screenshot better this time. Although I did, like, I wanted the one with the axe, where he's got the axe. Yeah, that. Okay, so I'm going to hit the print screen button. Screen capture button. There it is. That looks all right, right? Okay, so we cut this. And we paste this to Paint. Crop, save. You guys can't see this because it's just my computer doing it. But that'll be the thumbnail for it. All right. Next. Novocaine. Amber Mid-Thunder. Super Bowl trailer. I don't know what the heck Novocaine is. I like Amber Mid-Thunder. And we just saw Jack Quaid in Companion.
You, come here. We're the cast of Novocaine.
You better see our movie.
Yeah.
Was that Jacob Batalon?
But I've got this condition. I can't feel pain.
You're a superhero.
No, yeah.
Can't feel pain.
These guys took the girl I love. I won't stop till I get her back.
You're okay.
Oh my God, I got shot. Hey, there we go.
So we can't feel pain?
If I don't die.
Novocaine?
It is you! I thought you'd be dead by now.
Come on.
Well, I'm not.
It's fucking Novocaine! And he's not fucking dead!
Wow, this is the Super Bowl trailer with all these F-bombs. March 14th. Wow, that's just around the corner. I haven't heard a thing about this. 150, an hour 50, Novocaine. When the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man incapable of feeling physical pain turns his rare condition into an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue her. Dan Burke, Robert Olson, direct. Amber Midthunder, and that's the number one reason why I'd watch it. Prey, come on, she's awesome. I'd watch, and I like Jack Quaid. Jacob Batalon Tarot last year was, boy. Unfortunately, unless he starts to develop himself as an actor, he's been kind of pigeonholed as being that companion side character. He's got to break that mold. He's got to develop his craft and show that he can do more. Like he can execute lines in a different setting and vibe. Because he was just the side character in Tarot as well. And it also looks like he might be just the side character in this. Teams are going to turn off all the Jacob Batalon fans. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to assess the situation. So I think they're trying to capitalize on it being kind of like Crank, trying to make it be fun, popcorn flick, silly, audacious, over the top, getting shot by an arrow, saying, come on. I don't see Amber Midthunder in here a whole lot, though. I guess she gets kidnapped and that's it. So she's the damsel in distress kind of thing. Okay. What do you guys think? Novocaine? Yes? No? Thumbs up? Let me know, and we'll talk about it right here on Mirror Domains. If you like this kind of stuff, come join us, because we just reacted to the Flight or Fight trailer. Fight or Flight. Josh Hartnett, Bullet Train on a plane. Yeah, cool. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I like these thumbnails or doing thumbnails, or thumbnails are one of my least favorite things to do for all of YouTube. It's because people try to tell you, oh, it's certain techniques to make a good thumbnail. Okay, but then why do all the big channels just have the guy's face and that's it? It's like, the algorithm's fair, right? No, it's not. It's not. So anyway, let's not play my small violin here. I was going to take a look at this Smurfs trailer with Rihanna. I never watched any of the other Smurfs movies. I think maybe when I was young enough, I was a little too old for Smurfs. I remember just a few ones. I remember the one Toxic Smurf episode, right? The one where they turn purple or something, and you just touch another one and they turn evil and sadistic. So it looks like this one also takes place. Is that Gargamel? Oh, so who's voicing Gargamel this time? They go into the real world, it looks like. Smurfs, you know how I feel about kids' movies here. You don't really need my analysis on it, because they're going to go watch it anyway. When Papa Smurf is taken by evil wizards Razamel and Gargamel, Smurfette leads the Smurfs. Right there, you're already going to pee off a. It's an honest. Smurfette leads the Smurfs on a mission to the real world to save them. With the help of new friends, the Smurfs must discover what their destiny is. What defines their destiny to save the universe. So she doesn't not only save the planet, she saves the universe. Kurt Russell, Dan Levy, John Goodman's Papa Smurf, huh? But who's Gargamel? Oh, the guy who played Blue Beetles in this is Octavia Spencer. Rihanna's Smurfette. J.P. Carliak. Alex Winter's in this. Cool. Ted. Right? Billy Lord. It's harmless, I guess. Just don't lead off the synopsis with that, because you're going to get a lot of people saying, ooh, it's woke, it's woke. It's like, get out of here, guys. I don't, like, for me, I stopped there when I was reading it, because I could hear people say it in the background. Oh, this is a woke agenda. You're going to throw it down my throat. And it's like, nobody's forcing you to watch this movie, guys. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. I don't watch it because this is one of those things where it's a kid's movie and you don't need a critique about how the third act doesn't pay off the first act, right? You don't need that from me. It's just one of those things. Next. The Anaconda official cast announcement video. So Jack Black and Paul Rudd and whoever this guy in the middle is, I have no idea who he is, but he's playing the guitar. It's just they're just jamming, and Jack Black is singing the names of the cast. It looks like maybe they're on the boat that's going to be part of the of this expedition, because when they get towards the end there, you can see some blue screen in the background. Is that Tandaway Newton right there? Cool. Well, that's pretty much all that is. I am looking forward out of morbid curiosity as to what this Anaconda reboot is, because they've been shooting it now, right? A group of friends going through midlife crisis, they decide to remake a favorite movie from their youth, but encounter unexpected events when they enter the jungle. So it's not a straight up remake. It's going to be a different take on it, right? Obviously, the same scenario. They go into the jungle, and there's a big anaconda in there that eats them or takes them out, right? Or somebody's going to die. You didn't see Steve Zahn there, so is Steve Zahn going to be playing that crazed character from the first movie that gets swallowed whole and his eye pops out? I don't know. Ben Lawson, Daniela Melchior. Melchior? Why does that name sound familiar? Take a look at that resume. It does sound vaguely familiar. She looks Roadhouse, Ellie. The Suicide Squad, Ratcatcher. Okay, that's where I recognize her. Okay, so that's Ratcatcher. And then this Ione Sky, Ione Sky, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's 4 Rooms. She was Eva in 4 Rooms, really. That's really old. Good movie though. Beef, messy. So a lot of TV stuff. So that's her from 4 Rooms. Tim Roth, that's one of his better performances too, if you've seen that too. It's unfortunately also one of the movies where you realize that Quentin Tarantino is just the guy that likes to talk. Especially in that last sequence with Bruce Willis. But good performance by Tim Roth. I digress. Anaconda announcement, guys. What do you think? Are you I guess we'll have to wait to see when we actually get some footage from the actual movie. Expected December 25th, Christmas 2025, Anaconda. And finally, I don't even know if I want to watch this one either. It has Jenna Ortega in it. It's called Hurry Up Tomorrow. And if it's got music in it, I think it's supposed to be, it's about a musician, so. And moreover, it has The Weeknd in it. Now, it also has Barry Keoghan in it. And I like Barry Keoghan. I do not like The Weeknd. But why, James? Because if you heard any of the reports behind the scenes with Selena Gomez and how he treats people, I see him and I'm like, I don't know. I don't care to learn if those stories are real or not. Just the mere thought of it and is making it likely. So it's kind of like, I'm sorry. I'm allowed to not like something or not watch something on principles. See what comments say. I like Barry Keoghan as well. Are they making weird music videos into movies now? This is crazy. How do I feel? Like every other movie comes out now is really weird, but done really well to make you think it's a really good movie. But in actuality, it's just a weird and pointless. It's called Hurry Up and Tomorrow, starring The Weeknd. An insomniac musician encounters a mysterious stranger, leading into a journey that challenges everything that he knows about himself. And maybe I just need to, guys, I haven't even seen Complete Unknown yet. And that's the Oscar nominated. I saw my share of musical films last year. I watched the Amy Winehouse picture, and then I watched the Bob Marley picture. So, yeah, concert fan. My guess is that he is caught up in either the business, maybe some psychedelics, and has had trouble coming to terms with who he is. Oh, The Gorge. The Gorge comes out February 14th on Apple TV. Do I need to sign up for it? Because I want to watch this movie. I want to watch this. Maybe I will sign up for it in next week. I think I work next Friday, actually. But I do want to watch The Gorge with you guys right here on the channel. And then what we'll do is I'll do a quick little edit of it. We'll put it up on the reaction channel. The full version of it will be up here on this channel. It'll be locked behind the membership wall, the $2 membership wall. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So that's pretty much all we have for trailers, guys. Not that much this time. There will be more on the weekend as we get closer to the Super Bowl and they start to release more of the side stuff, because I'm guessing that there is going to be a Mission Impossible sequence released. I like the last movie, but it's one of those things where it's past its prime. It's past its prime, and it needs to be okay. This is the final one with this crew, with this group of people. Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, that crew, they've had a good run. They've had a long run, but it's not paying back in the dividends, right? It's not paying back in the returns, because the last one struggled to get towards that break-even line. And part of it's because they cost so much. And part of it is the way that they're shot. It's come out that Tom Cruise comes up with these scenarios. Oh, we're going to drive a bike off a cliff. Now we're going to try to make a story around that. But they'll shoot the stunt first. And it's like, but then you're trying to make a movie around it. And that process is long. And that's why we don't have the entire cast like Rebecca Ferguson. Just like, I can't sit around all day for you guys to come up with a story for this. I want to go out and make other movies, kind of thing, right? It's like the way he's crafted those movies. It's fun. It's fun to watch. It's daring. Yeah, that's really him dangling off of the plane. Is it necessary, though? I don't know. Okay, so this is where we normally go over to the the Twitterverse to get things signed up. But as you can see, and what I need to do is take off. Oh, I did take off the Twitter. Good. Yeah, I've officially deactivated my Twitter account because just for personal reasons. If you follow us here on the channel, you know exactly why. And I think it's just time for that platform to go away. I don't know if I'm going to get up on what some of the other ones, Blue Sky or something like that, or Threads. I do have a Threads account, but I like everything that gets posted there is just transferred from my Instagram, right? So it's kind of like, we'll see until something else materializes along that ilk. But for now, we're just going to roll with these four primary, well, not even four. It's really just Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for right now, where you'll have supplemental stuff on the sides. Okay? Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. And then on top of that, then you've got the Mirror Domains Reacts channel, Mirror Domains Reviews channel, where I don't post every review right up here on this channel. You will see it in these bigger, longer live videos, but not on the cut up into small segments. All right, so normally you would have the Twitter roundup, but we're going to go to the Reddit roundup. Reddit, from now on, is going to take us home. Official poster for the 2025 Oscars. Conan O'Brien hosts on Hulu. Warner Bros. Releases 31 full-length movies on YouTube, streaming for free. That looks like Jackie Chan. Is that Mr. Nice Guy? Is it Mr. Nice Guy where he's the baker? I can't remember. It starts off with him folding noodles, right? Available at this length. Mutiny on the Bounty with Marlon Brando. Avengers of Pluto Nash. So yeah, you have to give that movie away for free, right? So is that the kind of movies we're going to get? Oh God, with George Burns, The Mission, Robert De Niro, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, Mr. Nice Guy, yeah. This one was. Jackie Chan. That one's fun. It's also got some great fights. I think that's the one where the guy does like the real life bicycle kick. 36 unavailable videos. These are hidden. Wow, isn't that a nice how do you do? Well, then what's the point? Your videos are hidden. Maybe it's territorial kind of thing, right? Maybe it's only for people in the States. You sold me out, man. Oh, it's just a curiosity. I want to see what other movies they had up there. The Wild Lion, Michael Collins, City Heat, American Ninja 5. Oh, wow. Bonfire of the Vanities, Dungeons and Dragons 2000, December Boys, Lionheart, with Eric Stoltz, not Van Damme. Death Trap, Michael Caine, Christopher Reeve, The Mission. So a lot of, oh, Hot to Trot. Hey, I've been looking for this movie. Hey, if that's up there, let's take a look. Because that's a talking horse movie. And it's funny. John Candy plays the voice of the horse. It's not there. Bobcat Goldthwait. They got some really low quality footage of it online right now. And oh yeah, Virginia Madsen's in it. I'd love to watch that. A full live watch along with that one for you, with you guys. Dabney Coleman plays a bad guy. You know, the corrupt rich guy, swindler. It's fun. It's a fun little movie. If we can watch that one together. Oh yeah, he gets poisoned. Throwing up in the. Yeah, it's fun. I think Burgess Meredith plays like his father, like the horse's father. Turns into like a horsefly. That's hilarious stuff. If we can watch that one, that would be awesome. See if we can track that one down. All right, next. Poster for Riff Raff. That was that trailer that got me laughing a little bit, right? Bill Murray and Pete Davidson play hitmen that kidnap a family, something like that. Yorgos Lanthimos plans assassin thriller Fatale. Okay. Fight or Flight. Yeah, we watched that trailer. Visual effects artist Adam Scott to lead Supernatural Hokum from Oddity director Damian McCarthy. Hokum. Willem Dafoe, The Birthday Party, heads to Berlin with Heretic. Bankside Films launching site first look revealed. The Stepford Wives is so chillingly relevant today. Silent Night, Deadly Night, official poster for the reboot. I must have known that they were rebooting it. Maybe. Shaun the Sheep is 10 years old. New image for Mission Impossible. Yeah, I know about that. Last Breath. Woody Harrelson. Original poster. Oh, yeah, that's the one where they go down to try to salvage something, right? And it's like a deep sea salvage team or something. and things go awry. Things don't work out the way that they want. I think I saw the trailer for that as well. Open discussion about Hard Eyes. Do we need to do some spoiler stuff? Is there really anything to spoil in there? What do you think happens in Hard Eyes? Like seriously, he's a guy that stalks lovers. We get a couple together. Do you think that couple dies? Do you think one of them dies? Do you think Hard Eyes gets defeated in the end? Yes. Do you want to know the actual nuances in there? Is there any subtext? It's not that deep, guys. Watch Interstellar in IMAX today. I can finally rest and watch the sunrise. Interstellar's good. It's not my favorite Nolan film, though. I know that there's a lot of analysis about it all. I think I need to rewatch it, though, with the perspective that he's dead. Like he dies early in the film, and then from there on, it's all in her head or something like that. Like there's a perspective where if you look at it like that, then the film sits differently. Not to see Kiernan Shipka, McKenna Grace to star in picture star thriller The Nowhere Game. Well, those are two talents that need to be together. Kiernan Shipka and McKenna Grace. Kiernan Shipka, Totally Killer was great. Small little bit part in Long Legs was good in that. And of course, McKenna Grace, the recent Ghostbuster movies, right? And she's going to be in Scream 7. Cool. The Gin. The film follows Karen and Allie, whose road trip takes a harrowing turn when the two young women are kidnapped by a cold-blooded sadist and thrust into a brutal game of survival. Okay, so they have to get out. A little touch of Strange Darling, right? Except there's two of them that have to run away. I don't know. Curious. I'll watch it simply because of the cast. Because of those two. Sounds fun. I'll watch anything Kiernan Shipka's in. She's good. Those two could easily play sisters. Yeah. And McKenna Grace can transform. She can transform. And she's a singer too, right? She's very talented. She looks nothing like her character in Ghostbusters. In fact, there's behind the scenes stuff of her getting made up to look like that. Like she starts off looking like that, and then they pull back her hair and put on that wig for Ghostbusters, and she can transform. What's one movie that made you a lifelong fan of that director? Jaws for Spielberg. Star Wars for George Lucas. Yes, George Lucas is one of my favorite directors of all time. He's up there in my top 5. Despite what people think of the prequels. George Lucas is one of those people where if he made a movie, I would watch it regardless of what it is about. It took a while for me to get onto Nolan because I had watched Insomnia, and I think I even watched the black and white film Memento. I knew that Christopher Nolan was the director, but he just didn't break through with that big status yet. The one that really put him on the map for me was probably the same for everybody else. Batman Begins. Like I knew that he had done Insomnia, which was okay. But then when my brother and I went to see Batman Begins, we both came out of that movie and were like, keep your eye on that guy. Wow. Right? Matthew McConaughey to star in Paul Greengrass' peasant revolt movie, The Rage. Movies that were completely different to what you were expecting. That's an interesting topic. Civil War was definitely a lot different than what people were expecting. But people wanted that to be like a kind of like a reenactment of like current events. And it's like an Elseworlds movie, guys. Shaun of the Dead, yeah. That's always going to be my go-to. James, it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. It's a drama. It's about two buddies trying to survive a zombie apocalypse, but it starts off very dramatic. My friends and I were not impressed with the trailer, but I was bored and thought it would give a cheesy parody like Dancing Zombies a try. Yeah. Dale and Tucker versus Evil, went into it blind, new favorite film. The other ones that jump off the page here. Palm Springs, oh yeah, that one. Andy Samberg, great job. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's a clever riff on Groundhog Day. Well, why is that hidden? That's part of the pitch of trying to get people into watching it. But it's sad too. It's also a sad film. Lost Highway, my first experience with Lynch. Fury Road. Really, Fury Road got you onto George Miller? That's cool. Yeah, because not everybody has to start with the early catalogs of directors, right? Like for me, I started. I was Mad Max's first one, but I obviously started with the first Mad Max, right? Getting his leg run over by a motorcycle, burn after reading. Barbarian. Yeah, that put Krieger on the map for a lot of people, right? Is that Zach Krieger? Hot Fuzz. District 9. Neil Blomkamp. Blomkamp has so many good ideas and premises, but he doesn't seem to be, maybe, I don't think Blomkamp's all that great at the behind the scenes business aspect of it all, right? He either gets played or he gets his vision taken away from him where he just isn't able to execute things exactly the way, like, yeah, there's good stuff in there. Leaked footage of Henry Cavill's screen test for James Bond. Well, I would like to watch that here with you guys, but now that you know that is there, you know where to find it. The movies subreddit. I'll watch that later by myself. If you haven't seen it, what are your present day thoughts on the Parking Lot movie? I haven't seen the Parking Lot movie. Lesser known movies with twists that blew your mind. Lesser known movies with twists that blew. Oh, well, that's easy. Caddo Lake from last year, guys. Caddo Lake. If you don't know what Caddo Lake was, we did a full live watch along here on the channel. It's up on the channel right now. A girl goes missing out in the swampy Caddo Lake, and Dylan O'Brien, Eliza Scanlon. It turns into a weird sci-fi time travel, weird, but then again sad, very sad and depressing kind of thing that was like, do I like this? I don't know if I like this. But then it gets you towards the end, and I like that film. I'll put that one up there because nobody talked about it last year. Very few people saw it. Great Britain, the movie, Braveheart, Lock trailer. That's up on the channel. That Love Hurts. That's also opening up this weekend, and let's go over to the tomato meter for that. Love Hurts, because it's Kiwi Kwan, right? Oi. 22%. Now, this is a movie that's also like an hour and 23 minutes. I'm not going to complain about these runtimes. I like these runtimes. What else was short like this? The Soderbergh movie that just came out, Presence, was short like this. That's the way you need to keep it. But 23%, that's not good. Kiwi Kwan stars as Marvin Gable, a realtor working on the Milwaukee suburbs where for sale signs bloom. Game receives a crimson envelope. A former partner in crime that he had left for dead. She's not happy. Now Marvin's been thrust back into the world of ruthless hitmen, filled with double crosses and open houses turned into deadly war zones. Okay. So it doesn't sound like it's executed all that well. Bibiani says, if this is just one bullet point in your Valentine's Day to-do list, an excuse to hold hands or neck in a darkened theater, or maybe a litmus test for your date's artistic tastes, it's a harmless, mostly generic action rom-com. Very funny, a lot of action sequences. So it seems like audiences are going to like this one more than critics. Hellraiser remaster is out in theaters this weekend as well. If I get a chance, I'm going to go out and see it tomorrow. I've seen this movie lots, so it's not something that's dire, but I am going to try to go out and see it tomorrow. Clive Barker, as you know, I like the guys. Come on, come on. You guys know that I am a Hellraiser fan, right? For sure. I think I broke this, or it's really stiff to move. I've shown this before. It does come out and twist. It's just hard because I think I bent it when the chains came out and attacked me that one time. But it is what it is. Stockman. The reason this movie works so well is because of its human characters. Yeah, it's human characters. Barker is one of those people too, where he's really good at coming up with these weird abstract concepts, but they don't get executed the best. He really wanted to try to make this one work, and our idea of what the Cenobites are totally different from what he thinks that he created. Like we think of them as kind of like the protectors of hell or whatever, and they deal with the lament configuration, or the box, whatever configuration it's in, and drags people back to hell. We think of it sort of like that, but he thinks of it to something totally different. He thinks of it very in the mythos of God and Satan and stuff, and that's apparently where it's the sequel, the Scarlet Crucible or whatever diaries are about. Like he takes on Satan, the Hell Priest takes on Satan, and then in that, yeah, he thinks weird stuff. He's got good ideas. Rawhead Rex, not executed very well. Very weird ideas though, and I like that. Midian, Nightbreed, like he comes up with really abstract, grotesque stuff, and I dig it. Next, is that it? That's pretty much what's opening up this weekend, right? So, Conclave, Wicked, Nosferatu among 2025 Costume Designer Guild Awards. Daniel Radcliffe and Lucas Hedges set from Vietnam War. Trust the Right Man. Shock Collar. I think that's about it. Scanner Darkly. Adam Savage. And the hero jackets of Blade Runner 2025. Talking about costume designs. Rooney Mara and Kate Mara to star in a new movie from Werner Herzog titled Bucking Bastard. Cool. Yeah, why haven't the two sisters? See, they're sisters, and they don't look alike at all. But they're awesome. They're both awesome. Rooney's the more talented actress, a little bit more range, but Kate's also great. What was that? Megan Levy with the dog. She did great. She's awesome. I like them both. To see them together, this is going to be cool. Based on a true story of inseparable twin sisters, Joan and Jean, who live on the fringes of society. Out in the boonies, huh? Off the grid. I talking about Fantastic Four as well. I didn't hate her as Sue Storm either. I thought that was a really cool choice. Huh. Curious. So is that it for today, guys? I think that's about it. Flag Dogs, Jim Mansfield's car. I think that's about it. Yeah, I heard that the writer, or one of the creators of Back to the Future, says Back to the Future 4 is never going to happen. Obviously, Michael J. Fox couldn't act in it for any extended period of time. He could probably do a small cameo. Uh, Christopher Lloyd is really showing his age now. Like, really showing his age, guys. If you thought he looked old in Piranha, he looks old. And they're still, but what's cool about them is that they're still going out to the Comic Cons and the fan expos, and because they still appreciate the fans, which is why I like them. And I don't think you need to do a fourth one. The only way that I would ever do a fourth one is to have it completely detached. And the only way that it would be connected is that somebody picked up Doc Brown's research later on and replicated it. And now you've got a whole new story out there. And it doesn't have to be his granddaughter, and it doesn't have to be tied to the McFlys or anything like that. Just create something totally new, but just have it kind of reference. Oh, this is the flex capacitor, right? Oh, okay. And you can explain that it was that they learned it from Doc Brown in just a few lines of dialogue. Swan song. Bob Gale, yeah. So he said it a little bit more eloquently than I did about the Back to the Future 4, but it is what it is. McKenna Grace. What happened to Justin Timberlake? Well, he tried acting. He's good in small things like Social Network, right? But when he tries to do his like leading man kind of thing, it didn't really work. He was good. He's good. Like we saw him in Reptile, right? He was really good in Reptile. Netflix cancels planned Prince documentary. Zodiac, Fincher. Was Zodiac one of the movies that put Fincher on the map for you? Seven had come out. Everybody thought Seven was good. Because by then, Alien 3, when Alien 3 was released in theaters, all of the behind the scenes stuff wasn't quite all there brought to light with what happened with Fincher and stuff. So once all of that stuff did start to come out and realize, that's not really quite the film that he was wanting for, and then once he realized that he hates it and doesn't want any part of it, it's kind of like, do you really count it as his first film? Seven, yeah. And then what was after Seven? Was it The Game? He did The Game after, and then Fight Club, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, Fincher, Panic Room, great stuff. Love Hurts. Ozzy Osbourne discusses Parkinson's diagnosis. Yeah, he recently announced that he's done touring. He's retired. He's going to play his final show July 5th, and that's going to be a sold out one. That's probably going to be recorded for the annals of history. And he doesn't have to anymore, right? He's given us a lot. He's endured a lot. His body has endured a lot from his vices. He's a legend. Will Forte, Coyote versus Acme being shelved still makes my blood boil. It makes a lot of people's blood boil. The whole concept of, well, I don't want to release it because I want to take it as a tax write-off. Shouldn't be allowed. Tom Cruise passed out doing stunts for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2. All right, guys, we're grasping at straws. So that'll be it for today. We've gone over an hour. The Butler, Jean Reno, to lead Tom Edmonds' twisty and action-packed Downton Abbey meets Die Hard revenge thriller. Okay, I like Jean Reno. You know what would be cool is if they could do some kind of professional follow-up to like Natalie Portman's character now that she's grown up. And you could have maybe not flashbacks with him, but maybe have Jean Reno play his father or something like that. Maybe put on some prosthetics to change him just enough, but it's still him to get him in there. Like there's things you could do with that, but anyway, we'll see. I don't know. I know that The Professional. When I first watched The Professional, I didn't know the controversy. Like, yeah, those scenes played weird when she's dancing for him and stuff, but like, yeah, I didn't know. I just was watching a hitman kind of protect a small girl. That's the way I looked at it. And I think that's the way he played it too. Even though I think the original subject matter did explore gross stuff, the gross stuff that people didn't like it for. Looking at this building behind him. What is this? This stairwell that goes up. Looks like there's a bar area here. I don't know what this is. Curious location. All right, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. Enjoy your weekend. I'm not going to be watching the Super Bowl. I'm a Bills fan.